Histogram is a graphical representation of the variation in a product lot or process. It can be said that Dr. W. A. Shewhart, an American quality exponent, can be the initiator of both control chart and histogram to understand the variation of quality parameters in a process. When a process is depicted as a bell-shaped curve in a histogram, we conclude that the process is under control. Histogram also help us to identify whether the processes are centered or skewed. If the process is centered around the midpoint of the specification, we need not take any action. If the average is away from the mid specification, we need to adjust the process. Pareto diagram is a technique of arranging data according to priority or importance. This diagram helps us to find out the vital few from the useful many. This diagram helps us to arrange data in the graph and select the few main contributors. The example shows how customer complaints in a tailor shop can be depicted in the graph to identify the two most contributing causes. scatter diagram is a pictorial representation of relationship between two variables. It is usually between a cause and an effect. A table showing air pressure and percentage defective in a workshop does not convey any meaning. However, when we plot the cause in the x-axis and the effect on the y-axis, we can see the strength or correlation between the two variables. In the example also, we can see the relationship between air pressure and percentage defective and showing a positive correlation. So, scatter diagram helps us to establish the fact between the cause and an effect. Control chart is a graphical representation of variation and trend in process control. It consists of a graph with a central line showing the target value and two lines above and below the central line called as upper control limit and lower control limit. Data or readings are updated periodically on this chart and status of control is identified. As long as the plotted readings are within the control limits, we need not take any corrective action. However, we have to watch the trend to take preventive action to ensure that the process is always in control. For out of control limits, we need to take corrective actions. So, control charts help us to take corrective and preventive action based on the process trend.